Young gun, no one that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb. Bentley sprint fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crack up the foreign, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge.
What's up, everyone? My name is Dr. Vignesh Arvind. I graduated from MIT at the age of 10 with a bachelor's degree in computer science. I am excited to teach you all this course on mobile app development using Flutter. I currently live in Johns Creek, Georgia. You might find me at Ponce and on the Beltline with my headphones in listening to Chalaya. I am very active and enjoy martial arts. I started doing Silambam at the age of 4. I started learning Carnatic music and have a profound respect for Bharatanatyam. I'm really big into Kabaddi and I used to want to play for the Talaivas. My favorite cricket player is MS Dhoni. Lastly, my comfort food is the tangy and spicy rasam rice. I pride myself on being an expert in unspoken Riz and Flutter. This is the first lecture on mobile app development with Flutter. Today we're going to cover the basics of Flutter and Dart. We will explore what Flutter is, delve into Dart basics, and understand some fundamental programming concepts in Dart. Section 1. Understanding. Flutter is a UI toolkit. It's open source. It's developed by Google. It is used for developing natively compiled applications from a single codebase. You can develop iOS apps. You can also develop Android apps using Flutter. Why use Flutter? Flutter is popular for several reasons. It allows fast development. It's expressive and flexible. With Flutter, you can create beautiful natively compiled applications. You use one programming language and one codebase. That language is Dart Basics. Now let's talk about Dart. Dart is a programming language. It was developed by Google. It's optimized for building mobile, desktop, server, and web applications. Dart is object-oriented. It's class-defined. Variables and types in Dart. In Dart, variables store references to values. Dart can infer the variable types. You can also explicitly declare them. For example, int age.30. Here, age is a variable. Its type is int, and it holds the value 30. Control flow statements. Dart uses control flow statements. They include if, else, and switch. They let you conditionally run blocks of code. For loops are used to iterate over a sequence of values. While and do-while loops are used to repeatedly execute code. Dart programming concepts. Dart is rich in programming concepts. It uses classes and objects. It supports inheritance. Polymorphism in Dart allows a single function or method to perform varied behaviors. Functions in Dart. Functions are blocks of reusable code. They perform a specific task. Functions in Dart can have parameters. They can return values. Classes and objects. Classes are blueprints for objects. Objects are instances of classes. Here, dog is a class. It has a property, breed, and a method, bark. You can create an object of dog and access its properties and methods. To summarize, we learned about Flutter and Dart. Flutter is a UI toolkit developed by Google for creating beautiful, natively compiled applications. Dart is the programming language used in Flutter. It is object-oriented and supports rich programming concepts like functions, classes, and objects. Install Flutter SDK. Download and install the Flutter SDK from the official Flutter website. This includes the Dart SDK, used to develop Flutter apps. Install development environment. Install a development environment. Visual Studio Code or Android Studio are recommended. These have good support and plugins for Flutter development. Configure Flutter. Run Flutter Doctor in your terminal or command prompt to ensure that Flutter has been set up correctly and all system requirements are met. Next time, we will delve deeper into Flutter and explore how to create basic widgets to start building our app's user interface. Visit Flutter's official website. Open a web browser and navigate to Flutter's official site. Locate the Get Started section. Download Flutter SDK. Choose the appropriate operating system, Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and download the Flutter SDK zip file. Extract the SDK. Once the download is complete, extract the zip file to an appropriate location on your computer. Update system path. To run Flutter commands from any terminal window, you must add the Flutter SDK's bin directory to your system's path variable. On Windows, this might involve editing the path variable in the environment variable settings. On macOS and Linux, this might involve updating the shell profile file, like .bashuk or .zasichars, to export the new path. Install Dart. Flutter SDK includes Dart, but you might want to ensure Dart command line tools are available globally. This may involve a similar process to adding Flutter to your system path. Verify installation. After configuring the path, open a new terminal window. Run the Flutter Doctor command. This command checks your environment and displays a report to the terminal window. Address any reported issues before proceeding with Flutter development. Install IDE. Welcome back. Today's lecture is on Flutter basics. We will learn how to create a new Flutter project and understand and implement basic widgets. This module is fundamental in getting hands-on experience with Flutter. Section 1. Creating a new Flutter project. To start with Flutter, we need a new project. We do this by using Flutter commands. Open the terminal or command prompt. Type Flutter create project name. Replace project name with the name you choose. This command gives us a template. It is a simple app template to get started. 1.1 Flutter project structure. A Flutter project has a specific structure. It has multiple directories. The lib directory holds the Dart code. The pubspec.yaml file manages the dependencies. Understanding this structure is crucial. It helps in managing and organizing the code efficiently. Section 2. Understanding widgets. Widgets are the building blocks in Flutter. Everything in Flutter is a widget. Widgets define what the app's view should include. There are text widgets, there are row widgets, there are column widgets, and many more. 2.1 Stateless widgets. A stateless widget is immutable. It does not change. It does not have a state. Once it is drawn, it remains the same. For example, the text widget is stateless. It just shows the text and it does not change. 2.2 Stateful widgets. Unlike stateless widgets, stateful widgets can change. They have a mutable state. They can redraw themselves when necessary. For example, a checkbox can be stateful. It redraws itself when it is checked or unchecked. Section 3. Implementing basic widgets. Let's learn to implement some basic widgets. They help in creating the app's interface. We will start with the container widget. Then, we will learn about row and column widgets. 3.1 Container. Widget. A container is a box model. You can place it anywhere on the screen. It can hold other widgets inside. It can have dimensions, padding, margin, and decoration. It's very versatile. Dart copy code container. Color, colors.blue, child, text, hello world. This code creates a blue container. It has a text widget inside saying hello world. 3.2 Row and column. Widgets. Row and column are flex widgets. They allow multiple children. A row lays out its children horizontally. A column lays them out vertically. Dart copy code column children widget. Text hello text world. This column has two text widgets. One says hello and the other says world. 3.3 Stack. Widget, a stack. Widget allows the overlay of widgets. It places widgets on top of each other. The first child is at the bottom, the last child is at the top. Dart copy code stack. Children. Widget con. Container. Color. Colors. Dot yellow. Container. Color. Colors. Dot red. Here, a red container is stacked over a yellow one. Conclusion. Today we delved into Flutter basics. We learned how to create a Flutter project. We explored the significance of widgets in Flutter. We distinguished between stateless and stateful widgets. We implemented basic widgets like container, row, column, and stack. Understanding these basics is pivotal. They are the stepping stones to developing more complex and interactive Flutter applications. Keep practicing the implementation of these widgets. Experiment with them, understand how they work, and see the changes in real time. In the next lecture, we will delve deeper into navigation within Flutter apps and learn how to manage and pass data between different screens. Until then, explore, learn, implement, and most importantly, have fun with Flutter.